Two people can earn almost the same amount of money and still live very different lives. The first person looks rich from the outside. Nice apartment, expensive sofa, big TV, new phone, lots of clothes, eats out often. Everything looks polished and impressive. But there is a problem. Every time this person checks their bank account, they feel stressed. They do not have much savings. Their lifestyle costs a lot to keep going, so even with a decent income, they are always under pressure. One emergency, one late payment, or one bad month can create a serious problem. The second person earns a similar income and lives in the same kind of city, but their life looks much simpler. Their home has fewer things. They use what they own. They do not keep buying upgrades. Their furniture is practical. Their spending is more careful. Because of that, they have emergency savings. They invest regularly. And when they check their bank account, they feel calm, not afraid. So this is not only about how much money someone earns. It is about how much pressure their lifestyle puts on that money. That is where minimalism changes everything. Minimalism is not about living badly or giving up everything you enjoy. It is about removing what you do not really need so your money can finally breathe. When you own less, upgrade less, and spend with more purpose, it becomes much easier to stay financially stable. Most people believe financial stability starts with earning more money. They think a higher salary will automatically solve stress, remove pressure, and make life feel secure. But real life does not always work that way. There are many people with high incomes who still feel financially weak. They earn well, but they also spend heavily. Their rent is high, their car payment is high, their shopping is constant, and their lifestyle keeps expanding. So even though more money is coming in, very little stays with them. From the outside, they look successful, but behind the scenes, they are still worried. At the same time, there are people with more average incomes who feel much more stable. They are not earning a huge amount, but they are careful about what they own and how they spend. Their lifestyle is easier to manage. Their monthly costs are lower. They save more, prepare better, and feel more in control. So the real difference is not always salary. Very often, the real difference is how expensive your life has become to maintain. That is why minimalism matters so much. Minimalism does not mean suffering, struggling, or saying no to everything. It means giving your money more space. It means cutting hidden costs, avoiding unnecessary pressure, and making sure your money supports your life instead of being consumed by your stuff. Here is the mindset shift that changes everything. Most people think something costs money only once, when they buy it. But that is almost never true. In real life, most things cost money twice. The first cost is simple. It's the price you pay at the store or online. That part is easy to see. The second cost is the one people ignore, and many times that second cost lasts much longer than the first. It includes maintenance, cleaning, storage, repairs, insurance, upgrades, and all the small responsibilities that come with owning something. It also includes your mental attention, because every item you own takes up space in your home and a little space in your mind. Think about a treadmill that gets used for 2 weeks and then becomes a place to hang clothes, or a kitchen gadget you bought with excitement but now only touch once a year, or a fancy car that needs more fuel, more insurance, more repairs, and more pressure to keep looking impressive. Even extra furniture has a cost because it takes up living space that you are already paying for. And there's one more hidden cost: opportunity cost. Money tied up in stuff is money that's not being saved, not being invested, and not helping your future. That's what minimalists understand. Owning more often means paying more forever. Rule 1 is simple. Before you buy anything, don't ask, "Can I afford this?" Ask, "How often will I really use this?" That question is much more honest. A costly jacket that you wear for years can be a smart purchase.
A cheap jacket that you only wear twice is actually a waste. A good mattress that supports your sleep every night has strong value because you use it constantly. But a trendy gadget that sits in a drawer most of the time has terrible value, even if it looked exciting when you bought it. This rule helps you stop emotional spending. It pushes you to spend with purpose, not with impulse. Rule 2 is about the things you already own. Ask yourself this: if this item disappeared today, would I actually spend money to replace it? Be honest with yourself. Would you replace that unused kitchen machine? Would you buy again the clothes you haven't worn in more than a year? Would you repurchase the hobby equipment from a phase that ended long ago? Would you go looking for that decoration you no longer even notice? If the answer is no, then that item is probably not helping your life. It's just sitting there, quietly taking up space, energy, and attention. Sometimes the biggest financial improvement is not buying something new, it's removing what no longer deserves a place in your life. Rule 3 is one of the most important. Never upgrade out of boredom. A lot of people don't replace things because they broke. They replace them because they got tired of them. Their phone still works, but there's a newer one. Their TV is perfectly fine, but the latest model looks better. Their car runs well, but they want something fresher. Their couch still does the job, but they're bored of seeing it. That kind of spending feels harmless, but it slowly destroys wealth. Boredom is not a financial emergency. Just because something is not exciting anymore doesn't mean it needs to be replaced. Minimalists keep using things that still work. That habit alone saves a huge amount of money over time. Rule 4 is about building the right system. Create friction for spending and make saving easy. If spending is too easy, you'll spend more without thinking. So make it harder. Remove saved card details, delete shopping apps, unsubscribe from sales emails, stop browsing online stores for no reason. Add a 24-hour waiting rule before buying anything non-essential. At the same time, make saving easier. Set automatic transfers on payday. Let investing happen before you touch the money. Keep less money sitting in your spending account. Treat saving like a bill that must be paid every month. This matters because financial stability doesn't come from motivation alone. Motivation changes, systems stay. Good money habits become much easier when your environment supports them. Rule 5 is something most people never do. Count your possessions. It sounds small, but it changes how you think. Count your shirts, count your shoes, count your kitchen items, count your books, beauty products, and tech accessories. Most people guess low, then they count and realize they already have far more than they thought. And once you see the real number, your behavior starts to change. Buying one more shirt feels different when you already know you own 40. Buying another kitchen item feels less harmless when you can already see how full the drawers are.
Counting creates awareness. Awareness reduces careless accumulation. Minimalists do not stay in control by guessing. They stay in control by knowing. Rule 6 is to rent or borrow before you buy. Many things feel exciting at the beginning, but excitement is not the same as long-term need. Maybe you want camping gear, photography equipment, a kayak, power tools, exercise machines, or party supplies. Before spending money, test the lifestyle first. Borrow it, rent it, use it a few times. This does two helpful things. First, it shows whether the interest is real or temporary. Second, it helps you learn what you actually need before spending. Many people buy the full version of a lifestyle before they even know whether it fits their life. Minimalists do it differently. They test first. They buy later if it still makes sense. Rule 7 is understanding the lifestyle multiplier effect. One purchase often leads to 5 more purchases. A home gym sounds like one thing, but then you need mats, storage, maybe mirrors, maybe fans, maybe extra equipment. A boat is not just a boat. It comes with storage, maintenance, insurance, and transport costs. A pool needs chemicals, furniture, cleaning tools, and ongoing care. A motorcycle needs gear, storage, repairs, and more. This is where people make big mistakes. They only calculate the first item. They do not calculate the whole ecosystem around it. Minimalists look at the full picture. They do not ask, how much is this thing? They ask, what else will this thing require from me after I own it? Rule 8 is define what enough means before your income rises. This is a big one. If you never decide what is enough, then every raise becomes a reason to spend more. A better salary becomes a better apartment, a newer car, more shopping, more dining out, more upgrades, and a more expensive version of normal life. And then no matter how much you earn, it still feels like not enough. That is why you need personal limits. Decide what kind of home is enough for you, what kind of car is enough, what kind of wardrobe is enough, what kind of vacations, tech spending, and monthly lifestyle costs are enough. When income grows but lifestyle stays controlled, financial stability gets stronger very fast. But when lifestyle keeps expanding, money pressure just follows you to a higher income level. Rule 9 is to measure wealth by freedom, not by appearance. A lot of people think wealth means looking successful, but real wealth is not about what people can see, it's about what you are able to choose. Can you leave a toxic job if you need to? Can you handle an emergency without panic? Can you take time off? Can you start something new? Can you move if life changes? Can you say no to money that comes with stress, pressure, or bad values? That is real wealth. Someone with a high income and high expenses may look rich, but they are trapped. Someone with a moderate income and low expenses may look ordinary, but they have real freedom. Minimalists understand this. They care less about looking wealthy and more about building options. Rule 10 is to practice regular decluttering, not one big cleanup once in a while. A lot of people do one huge decluttering day, feel amazing, and then slowly buy things until the house fills up again. The problem is not the cleanup, the problem is the refill. A better approach is to do it regularly. Notice what is coming into your home each week. Review one category each month. Do a reset every few months. Keep checking what you own before it builds up again. This works better because it keeps you aware, and financial stability is easier to protect when small problems are caught early. The goal is not one dramatic purge, the goal is steady control. Now, let's make this practical. This week, walk through your home and find 10 things you wouldn't replace if they disappeared. Sell them, donate them, or let them go. That one action will show you how much of your space is being used by things you don't even value anymore. This month, use the 24-hour rule for all non-essential purchases. Do not buy anything right away. Wait one full day, then see if you still want it. You'll be surprised how many urges disappear once the emotion passes. This quarter, count what you own in 3 categories that tend to grow quietly. Clothing is a good one, kitchen items are another, tech accessories are another. Once you know the number, set a limit. And most importantly, write down what enough looks like for you in your major spending areas: housing, clothing, transportation, lifestyle spending. When your standards are clear, you stop letting emotion and comparison make those choices for you. That's how financial breathing room begins. Not through one perfect decision, but through small choices repeated again and again. There's also a psychological side to all of this. When people spend too much, they often feel more insecure, and when they feel more insecure, they often spend even more to feel better for a moment. That becomes a destructive cycle. Spend too much, feel stressed, spend again for comfort, become even weaker financially. But the opposite cycle is just as real. When you spend less, you save more. When you save more, you feel safer.
When you feel safer, you stop needing so much emotional spending. And when that happens, stability grows faster. That is why minimalism is not only about protecting money, it also changes the emotional reasons people misuse money in the first place. It removes pressure from both your wallet and your mind. So in the end, think back to those two people. One keeps trying to feel financially successful by owning more, upgrading more, and showing more. The other quietly builds real stability by keeping life simple, spending with intention, and protecting margin. That's the real difference. Financial stability is not about owning more things. It's about needing less, wasting less, and keeping more of what you earn. So the real question is not whether you can afford more stuff. The real question is whether more stuff is making your life more secure or just more expensive.